More breaking news right now at noon. The Georgia Court of Appeals giving former President Trump a victory, agreeing to hear a challenge to a ruling that allowed Fulton County DA Fani Willis to remain on the 2020 election meddling case. This is tied to Willis's romantic relationship with a former special prosecutor. The judge allowing Willis to stay on as long as the prosecutor, Nathan Wade, left the team, which happened. Trump's lawyers have 10 days from today to file their appeal. It will be heard in August.